Blank Beats Production. Blank Beats Production. Blank Beats Production. Blank Beats Production.
Calling out all my nerds, freaks, and geeks. It's mob time.
Don't tune in to the showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap, food, rhyme, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
All right, what it do,
What it
everybody?
What's up? What's up?
I always like Galvin verse. I ain't gonna lie.
That intro fire, ain't it?
I always listen to your verse every time.
I appreciate. I was just gonna say it feels good to hear me on the intro. You know, it just gives me some kind of.
It's time to turn up.
The man behind it.
What's up, everybody? Yes, Sage, we got the whole game for this Mortal Kombat conversation. It's about to get real.
Yeah.
But welcome everybody to the Mob Talks. If you're watching this on YouTube or watching this on Twitch or Facebook Live, make sure to subscribe, follow us on Twitch, and like the video on Facebook. Of course, introductions are in order. I am your host, Fu. I am joined today by the full squad: Ryan, Ralph, Antoine, and King G. So make sure you guys follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram at the Blurred Mob Pod, Twitter, which is now X, at the Blurred Mob, TikTok and Facebook at the Blurred Mob Podcast. Let us know how you're feeling about this episode. As we go through the discussion, make sure you use our hashtag Join the Mob Nerds. And if you're feeling generous today, make sure to send us a donation on Ko-fi. These donations go to software, equipment like mics, cameras, computers, etc. Just trying to raise up some funds so we can keep the lights on and keep giving you guys this great content. Also, check out our link tree at linktr.ee, the Blurred Mob Pod releases, as well as the Blurred Mob to catch our recently released episodes and anything new that comes up. So how's everybody doing today?
Hey, Sage killing me with these comments, bro.
Sage said this feels like an Avengers movie.
Like, yo.
Antoine said, on your left.
We need a whole background story for everybody here now at this point.
Oh God.
Here to conquer Thanos. But we're here today to discuss the Mortal Kombat 1 beta that went from August 18th to August 21st. We're also going to be discussing all of the things that dropped at Gamescon that's Mortal Kombat specific. So that'll be the Rulers of Outworld trailer. IGN dropped the first 17 minutes of gameplay, and we got a sneak peek into the Mortal Kombat Invasion mode that's going to be replacing the Crypt. So we're going to start with the beta and work our way down. So let's get into the beta. The first thing I want to go around the room and everybody just give me your overall opinion on how you felt about the beta.
I'll say it felt good, felt fluid, it felt fresh. Mortal Kombat 11, in terms of the things that did different from 10, it wasn't that much, but I still enjoyed it. But this actually felt like pretty different, especially with the air combos. They hard as hell to me, but it felt different and I liked it.
Okay. I have to agree with Ryan. I would say what Mortal Kombat 1 reminded me of was very much Injustice. That's what it gave me. It felt like Injustice. Felt like I was playing Injustice, which I don't mind. I like Injustice. But I didn't buy 11 or 12, but I did buy 10. And I like the fact that my boy smoked back, and I hate I did not get to play with him in the beta.
Yeah. Fun fact about you saying that it feels like Injustice. Apparently, Mortal Kombat 1 was supposed to be Injustice 3, and they decided against it. So, same as you, Ralph, like some of the features that are in Mortal Kombat 1 definitely felt like Injustice 3, but the hearing the news that Mortal Kombat 1 was initially supposed to be Injustice 3 and they just reused some of the features makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
It must be my turn.
If you want to go.
If you want to go.
Yes, y'all see the MK shirt? Like, I'm Mr. Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna let y'all know
Feel
this
that?
right now.
Feel that?
But the beta, with me, it looked different. It didn't really feel different because, I play hella MK games. When I turn on the beta and start playing, it's like my fingers fell right into place. Of course, combos are different, but, the way they move, different variations, how you string them, it all felt just like 11 or X. But, I guess that comes from Mortal Kombat. It just, the visuals to me were a lot different. It looked better, more realistic. Like, the moves were more gory, guess you could call that gory.
The fatality, yeah.
Yeah.
Fatalities.
Vivid.
Even the grabs.
Yeah. My turn.
Yes, sir.
Nah, you can just sit there.
All right, sit there and be quiet.
Stay in my place. But I enjoyed the beta. I got to play it on King G's PS5. I can say that it felt pretty smooth playing it. And though I don't know, I started playing Mortal Kombat maybe around, what was it, maybe like PS3 or something, I want to say. It kind of felt nostalgic just because they took it back to the roots in the beginning. So I enjoyed that part. The characters, the cameos, I think it gives us something different to work with. So I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Nice.
Let me just say this, and I know
was
y'all
that
don't want me to
Armageddon?
say this.
Hold on, Galvin. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say we got a new incomer on the live. My boy Damon does. He said, "What's up, Blurred Mob?
What
What
it
it
do?
What's
do?
up, Damon? Appreciate you stopping through the stream." Now you can go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. You good. I was gonna say, I know y'all wanted me to say this, but I'm still pissed off about Miss Sonya Blade. I'm never.
Yo, did you see?
That's
Did
how I
you see
feel
my
about
I'm seeing
text?
the memes.
Did you see my text this morning?
No, I didn't.
I was watching Gamescon, the live stream for today that they did from Gamescon. Ed Boon said that majority of the cameo characters are not in the story.
I figured that. I figured that,
Man.
and that's so disgusting because what's Earthrealm without Sonya Blade? Like,
I have a theory on where they're gonna go with this, though, on how they're gonna bring Sonya and the rest of them in. We can talk about that when we get to the Rulers of Outworld trailer. But I'm pretty much in agreement with you guys with the beta. It felt smooth. It felt like Mortal Kombat, and that was the biggest thing for me. Like with fighting games, there's a certain je ne sais quoi with fighting games that has to be there, and it definitely felt as usual. With Ryan with the aerial attacks, I was doing a couple of them, but I was like, I don't really think I'm gonna get down with these at the moment. But I it was fun to me. I had a fun experience playing through all the characters, doing the different combinations with the main roster and the cameos. I thought it was a pretty good introduction to Mortal Kombat 1 and what to expect from it. So, moving on from the overall experience, I do want to know what character on the roster stuck out to you guys, and what was your favorite main character cameo combo?
Lee May and what's her name? Frost.
Hell
Most
yeah.
definitely.
I was playing that
But-
combo the whole time. Okay.
But watching the videos though, I'm looking forward to Centauro. What's the
I'm
dude
looking
name?
forward
Who's
to
like a
that
half
Kung Lao.
horse?
Yeah, I've been seeing
Yeah.
that. I'm looking forward to that too.
I'm looking forward to that Kung Lao cameo combo with the teleport.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Well, that's what the half horse dude can do as well. That's why I'm looking forward to him.
He can teleport?
Yeah, and he got a half
Yeah.
projectile shield. They just showed that in the video today with the Shao Kahn deep dive.
Okay.
I'm waiting for all of them to pop up.
Okay. I had to say my favorite duo would have to be Katana and Kano.
Yeah, Kano was a good cameo.
Kano was a good
He came in
cameo.
clutch.
When he do that robot, the
Yeah.
laser beam, he pissed me off every time when he came in with that laser beam.
Hey, bro.
Because it had like 3 hits on that one laser.
Hello,
Yes.
and it's just like, get off of me. It's like you not on me, but get off of me.
I would probably say my favorite would be, well, the person that stood out first was Liu Kang. I think that's the first person I played with. And of course, you know it's Liu Kang. Liu Kang, he goes hard in every MK game. He one of the main characters. They got to get him a nice ass combo set. But Lee May stuck out to me because for some reason Lee May reminded me of Jackie Briggs from MK11.
With,
Like the way she
with the
fought,
punches
the
and the
way-
lasers and stuff.
Yeah, the punches and the dashes she did. I was like, this is giving me like Jackie Briggs. And y'all know how much I fuck with Jackie Briggs in MK11. So
I
like,
definitely
this.
see that.
The knee to the gut, dash. I was like, okay, that's.
I
giving.
definitely saw.
I didn't even notice that because I didn't even play Jackie. You ain't lying.
They
As
probably
soon as-
about that.
modeled her after.
As soon as you said it, I was like, I definitely see the connection.
All right.
I gotta say, the character that stood out I ain't gonna say he stood out the most for me, but I play with him the most, and I usually don't play with him at all. Was Johnny Cage for some odd reason. I don't know why. I think I like Liu Kang after that, and then my favorite cameo was Frost.
I
Frost go hard.
I fuck with Frost.
Mhm.
My favorite character was definitely Lee May. When I saw her in the trailer at Comic-Con, I said it's her. It's
Same.
her.
Not it's
And
her. She
as soon as I loaded up that beta and I started playing with it, I was like, oh yeah. The Frost and Lee May combo is definitely my favorite. My funniest cameo combo I did was Katana and Jax. That was funny. The way Katana sent everybody up, and then you do the cameo with
Yeah.
Jax when he grab him and slam him back on the ground. That was
Yeah,
funny to
Jax is a good
me.
cameo.
I got a question, Food,
What's up?
for the cast. Cameos versus the character variations that we got in 10 and 11. Would y'all feel like cameos better? Or y'all miss variations?
Honestly, I feel like I don't know. I didn't watch the whole gameplay trailer, but did they show you the selection screen? Because I feel like they still gonna keep those variations.
Yeah, variations
They
are still
are?
gonna stay.
I feel
Yeah.
like they are.
I did
Because
not.
if they don't, like Sub-Zero, for instance, Sub-Zero moveset is so basic in that beta, and if they
He's
don't give
basically
them,
Aquaman. Like for those who played Injustice, did Sub-Zero feel like Aquaman? The way that he was swinging that ice pick.
yeah, I didn't really play with Sub-Zero because his moveset, it's always been like that with Sub-Zero. It's always
It's easy.
basic, but it makes up for it with the different variations they give you. So if they don't do variations, some of them
I
characters gonna be trash.
I was so the gameplay videos I saw, they started in the match. I didn't see a lot from the selection screen, but in Invaders mode, for the video for Invaders mode, they do allow you to switch characters. And when you go to the selection screen to pick a new character, a variation block did not come up after that. You pick that one person, you can change your character and you can change your cameo, but there wasn't any variation type thing to it. Unless they saving that in their back pocket, but the multiple gameplay trailers that they've been showing did not have variations.
They need to break that back out because I mean it's gonna get. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be nice, but it's gonna get old. Like even playing with Lee May, like got kind of old after a while. I was like, okay, girl, like I know all your combos. Like, what's next? So I feel like the variations is a way to alleviate that, but without people getting bored really quick. Because with MK, if we being honest, if you play it for long enough, you will get bored. Because I mean, you fight, die, win. Okay, next match. Fight,
I'm gonna be honest. I got bored with the beta. Like after
I
you
did.
after you beat that tower so many times, and after
Yeah.
you run through those combos so many times, you get bored.
Right, and had they had the variations for each one in the beta, we would have had, more options to pick. Let's try another Sub-Zero variation. Oh, Lee May got this other variation. Let's try that. So I feel like they need to keep that in. But if they didn't, I feel like they dropped the ball on that because some of them characters like Sub-Zero, for instance, I didn't like Kenshi. His moveset was garbage. Like,
oh yeah,
It was
I didn't
lackluster.
I didn't
It was
like
lackluster.
Johnny Cage and Kenshi are at the bottom of my list. As
Yeah,
far as
even
the
in
beta
that-
went.
and that pissed me off with Johnny Cage because Johnny Cage is usually good, but this game he's like slow, and it's
I don't like the fact that they took away like his green aura, like they replaced it with this fast moving
it's like
shadow thing. And I was like, I don't think I really like this. Like I get it, like you're trying to modernize Mortal Kombat, and maybe the green thing is a bit goofy, but at the same time, y'all have a Jax fatality move where he turns into a giant and stomps you with a boot. So I feel like maybe we could have kept it.
All of Mortal Kombat is goofy though.
But I feel like
kind of the point.
When I saw that with Johnny Cage, I feel like that was an ode to the movie because I can remember to like the old school movies in the 90s when he did use his power, it wasn't green. It looked like he did in the beta. Like it was
that's what I feel like.
It wasn't green. Like I think they introduced the green in the game, so I think that's like a nod to like the old movies in the 90s.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I was kind of thinking.
they did something else. Something else that just got released was a nod to the movies. I can't remember.
I know they nodded to the old games when it came to Cyrax's fatality, because I think in like Mortal Kombat 2, he had that unique fatality where his bombs could blow up the entire planet, and they put that back up in there.
I did see that
on some dummy stuff. Yeah.
Did I guess moving past characters, and we're kind of getting into the likes and dislikes, but put a stamp on it. Is there anything else that you guys liked or disliked about the beta, and then we can even go into what you guys hope will be in the full games. I know King G mentioned variations, but is there anything else?
Sonya Blade. I'm gonna keep saying
Jade.
it. On that hill, like,
Jade.
Yo, so I saw another thing on Twitter. The upgrade for Melina is basically what the up is the things that we're getting for Melina is compensating for the fact that Jade is not in the game.
I want that. Don't nobody want that.
That's what Ed
Don't know.
Boon said.
you know what?
Jade was Kitana's friend, Shao Kahn's assassin, and they got everybody else from that side of Edenia.
They
in
said
Outworld or
she
whatever.
might.
Where
He
Jade at?
said that more than likely she's going to show up in Mortal Kombat 2.
I mean,
The game was trash. The beta was trash. That's how I feel. All of it. All of it. Don't buy the game.
opinion change.
Hell, see,
Trash.
pre-order right now.
That's wild.
Get on Amazon right now. It's over with. No.
That's
Two?
crazy. That's crazy. That's like what 2027.
Yeah.
If we go
At
by
least
4.
5 years.
Yeah, they finna milk this one, so it's gonna be a minute.
Oh man,
Yeah.
they definitely finna milk this one.
Y'all
but
brought Shao Kahn back, and that don't even make sense. Why did Liu Kang even bring him back?
Brought
to life?
Chronica back. Like,
we gonna
That
get into
don't
that.
make-
Hold on. We gonna get into that. Let's stay on the beta right now. Any more likes, dislikes, anything we hope to see in the full game?
I ain't getting no noob. Well, I ain't gonna get noob to probably Mortal Kombat 2 because somebody gotta die. Somebody gotta. I ain't getting no Scorpion.
They definitely should have put Scorpion in the beta. That
Like, why is Scorpion not there? But
Why
Sub-Zero is?
wasn't Scorpion in the beta?
I think Scorpion definitely should have been in the beta. I have no idea why Kenshi was in the beta.
Yeah, you made a great point.
But I gotta
Scorpion,
think though,
Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage, and Liu Kang. Like, them the 4.
but I gotta think
Yes.
he's not Scorpion yet though. He's Hanzo. There's a difference.
I don't
There's
care.
a big difference between Scorpion and Hanzo.
I want to hear that get over here.
I think for my thing is that I wanted to play with this new iteration of what Scorpion is supposed to be. He looks like he has a different move set from 10 and 11. So I think it really would have been really nice for us to experience what that move set is going to be looking like towards the full game. Instead of getting Sub-Zero, who swings a hammer, throws an ice pick, and freezes you, and in those 3 moves, you at your fatal blow meter.
Yeah, it's garbage. I feel what you're saying, but I feel like this Hanzo is gonna be, like you said, it's gonna be different from, because like I said, Hanzo and Scorpion is 2 different people. So had they gave us Hanzo, it probably wouldn't alleviate the Scorpion need inside y'all, because it wouldn't have been Scorpion.
I feel you.
I gotta disagree.
He done become
I
Scorpion
still
between
would have been
9, so
fine
I feel
with
like
Hanzo.
Scorpion might.
But they
come
gave
in
him the
2K2.
fire though.
Yeah,
I want to know why they gave him the Hellfire then.
it'll be a good something to look into when the game drops. But from my understanding,
exactly
unless
what I
they
want to
just
see.
switch it all up, he didn't become Scorpion until he died.
Right. But he got the yellow suit now.
Mm-hmm.
If in the 17 minutes of gameplay he did say get over here, he has his spear and he has the fire.
Yeah, he had all of that before he died, but I think the thing that's different is the fire. He didn't have the fire before he died, so that's different in this one. He always got the fire after he died, but he always
why
had the
didn't we get
spear and all that good stuff.
But making sure we're not confusing nothing, we do remember that this is Kuai Liang. Hanzo ain't been introduced yet.
Yeah.
Kuai Liang has the new Scorpion title and has
there we
access to
go.
the fire. So is Hanzo just a deleted character? What happened to the Shirai Ryu, to history of Takeda? What happens to all of that?
Takeda.
I think
we do got to keep in mind that it's a reset though. So everything that we saying,
I think all of these things may come up. We already saw a little bit of the beef that they're gonna have inside of the Lin Kuei, which may just lead to
The Shirai Ryu being like a spin-off
coming
gang
up.
or something.
Right. Like Scorpion and Sub-Zero may go separate ways. Whatever comes out this game, they'd be like, nah, I'm not really messing with this bro and dip.
Brandon said, "Hey y'all,
What's up, Brandon?
what's
Thanks
good,
for
Brandon?"
joining the live stream. The Dark Sage said, this the third timeline. It's getting confusing.
I know, right?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
But I do
Jesus.
want to say I appreciate like all the cameos having their OG fatalities, like Kano with the
Yeah.
heart rip, Sonya with
Yeah.
the kiss.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
really appreciate that, like, you know, the nostalgia. So they didn't just like do away with the original MK timeline completely. And I really appreciate that because the
They're
old
def-
timeline was lit.
They're
Mhm.
definitely putting a lot of the like mixing the old and the new stuff,
Mhm.
and I definitely agree that I appreciate like all of those tidbits that they're
Mhm.
putting in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a love letter, and I appreciate that.
What about you, Antoine? You got any likes, dislikes?
I don't know. I think I'm agree with Galvin. I just want to see the variations because after a while, yeah, it did. It's gonna get kind of repetitive, and them same combos just ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Those fatalities gonna get tiring.
Yeah, you're gonna get tired of seeing the same thing over and over. It's like now I got to pick a different character because I'm over it.
Yeah. They also things that I noticed that was in 11 that they wasn't in the beta. I think it's because of cameos, but we can no longer throw stuff in the environment.
Yeah,
So there
that's right.
wasn't any
Mm.
throw a
Yeah.
chair, throw a person,
You're right.
ram somebody into a wall. Like it wasn't none of that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna assume that it's because we got the cameos now. The other thing is that I didn't see my flawless victory. What's up with that?
Mm.
I didn't see the.
That might not be.
You're right. You're
That
right,
might
and
be
I
a
didn't
full
see.
game,
I
but
didn't
not
see that.
later.
I wonder if they're going to bring back stage fatalities too. And you remember how Mortal Kombat would do like the babalities and friendship and all them other
They
special
brought back-
fatalities
the
back in
great
the day.
band.
They brought back
No, no.
quitality though.
The bibality and the animality, that's
Babality was funny.
that.
Ooh,
Come
I
on
remember
now, man,
Animality.
for real.
That
What
was
the heck was
funny.
that?
Hey,
I'll do that one and the friendship one when I was playing online.
Hey Galvin, the Dark Sage has a question specifically for your thing about variations. He asked, do y'all think MK11 spoiled us with variations, or did y'all not enjoy the previous MK much since they didn't have variations?
Okay, I was gonna say I have another theory about variations. I was gonna let y'all finish, but if y'all notice in MK11, you can create your own variation of a character. Like you can give them a specific move, specific outfit, specific intro, specific exit, specific fatality. So I feel like maybe they took them away to give us more room to create our own. So you go in there, you create your own Lee May variation with your own moves. Of course, the moves are specifically Lee May, but you set it up to how you want.
If that's your theory, I think that might be what Invasions mode is for. Invasions mode is the rewards that you get for completing the challenges are like new skins and things like that.
Yeah.
If that's your theory, then I think Invasions mode is going to play directly into that.
But that's what I disliked about variations, only because if I played on somebody else's console, because I like the custom variations. I had them for Devore, Jade, and Liu Kang. But if you had a custom one, you have to spend like 5-10 minutes setting all that up on somebody else's console. And if you played online, some custom variations weren't acceptable, and they'll be deemed, I guess, they just weren't allowed in certain online competitions, and that kind of upset me about variations. But that's the thing. That's kind of what I didn't like about it, because if you're going to give me the room to customize my character, but I can't use it in everything, that's kind of upsetting, in my opinion.
I feel that, but a nigga like me, every time Portia cut on that PlayStation 4, I signed into my PlayStation account because I knew what I was doing. So
I feel that.
I'm going to sign in. Even if it's going to be how long free, I need this 5 minutes. I got to sign it because I need my bad bitch Sonya Blade. Like, I need that.
I feel
that.
Simply for me. So
I would be curious to see if they put variations back there. If they put variations back into the game, I would be interested to see how far does it go. Is it only the main roster, or can we do cameos as well?
I think the cameos might be a stretch.
Yeah, that might be a real
cameos
stretch.
might be too much.
But I'm just saying though, you make your perfect combo.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope.
But cameos already make you like a different character. The characters who ain't got much like zoning abilities, they get a cameo to make up for it. There's 2 cameos I know of that can help you teleport. You know what I'm saying? The Sub-Zero cameo can already prevent projectiles with the little ice chest and everything like that. You already pretty much got variations because of the cameos.
So you saying if variations should stop at the main roster, you make your perfect main roster character and pick maybe 2 to 3 cameo characters that blend with that.
Right, yeah, make the main roster character keeping those cameos in mind. Like, I'm gonna use Frost, so let me just equip my my Lee May with this, so it can complement what Frost had.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer Sage's question, I don't think they spoiled us with the variation. I think it gave us more room, like because the old MK games, like I said, you get bored quick. You know, you fight fatality. It's like, okay, what's next? But with MKX and KM11, you can exit out, switch to variation. You have a whole new move set, like so.
Okay.
I'd be interested to see if they put that in the game. I, like everybody else, I'm very interested to see what this full game looks like in its entirety. So, any final thoughts on the beta before we move on?
I just really hope, because when I first started playing, it was moving slow. I was like, why is this so slow? Another thing, that pause that right before like the main character does a fatality, I don't like that. Why they standing there for a split second before they start?
When they like step back or something.
That's for the cameo. I like that. That's how they slide back and let the cameo walk up. But when you do that regular fatality, it's like they stand there, you input it, he waits like a second, you hear the music, then he does it. I'm like, why is it a lag? So hopefully I just chucked it up to it being like the beta, everybody getting on it. But I hopefully in the full game they don't have that, because that really aggravated me.
They streamline it a bit more.
Yeah,
that's why I think Flawless Victory ain't pop up for you either, Foop. I think it was probably just this debate. They forgot to add it. Yeah.
No.
I want it though.
I want it though. I want it though. But so the next part of this conversation, before we get into it, I do want to remind everybody, if this is your first time watching the Blurred Mob, make sure you subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, follow us if you're watching this on Twitch, and make sure to like our page if you're watching this on Facebook. Let us know how you're feeling about this episode so far on Twitter. Make sure you use our hashtag #JoinTheMobNerds. And make sure to slide us a donation so we can keep the lights on and keep giving you guys this lovely content. We got 2 comments. We'll check those out before we move on. Dark Sage said, did y'all get a toasty? What's a toasty?
Like the little guy in the corner saying, toasty. It sounded like he said whoopsie, but it's really toasty. No, that's literally what he said. He would pop up in the corner and be like toasty and go back.
That's an old memory. I remember that.
Yeah,
it was in Mortal Kombat 10. I think they didn't have it in 11.
No, I don't remember no toast. I don't remember no toasty.
Yeah, I do.
Now you make me want to go back and play it. I might have to crank that.
That's an old memory right there.
Yeah, I don't see no toasty.
I ain't see no toasty.
I don't know how you get it though, but it was in the games.
All right, y'all. So moving on to the next topics. On Tuesday, another Combat Cash trailer drop titled "The Rulers of Outworld." You got to look at Sindel, Shao Kahn. Where's the what is it? Motaro and Shinjuku. What's the other cameo? The old guy.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
We'll go with that.
He was with Raiden. Is that the one?
Shujenko?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I thought it was Shang Tsung at first, and then
that's what I was
no,
say.
No,
it's not.
No, you're thinking about that little 17-minute gameplay.
Yeah.
Shujenko
came from Mortal Kombat Deception. I want to say that was 3 or 4.
And then they were saying that Motaro was a boss in MK3, and now
he was.
Made him a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
He was also the old school movie, the second one that came out in like 98, 99.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jackson, when Jax ripped off his robotic arms, was like, "All right, let's get it," and realized he didn't need them. That was good.
Okay, so I guess just go around the room and everybody share their initial opinions on the characters that got announced.
Liu Kang ain't nothing, because how you
ain't nothing.
How you bring the man that's the cause of most of this stuff back to life? Why? You reformed monk turned god? Why? Why?
If anything, I like that the relationship has changed between Sindel and Shao Kahn. Because you remember in that DLC on Mortal Kombat 11, they tried to make them like, oh, this is my lover. But then we get a Mortal Kombat 1, and Sindel's like, nah, you need to chill out. Like they're at odds.
Mm-hmm. And he's like the military general or whatever. He cold though. I saw his moveset. He cold. Sindel is too, but she
Oh
always been
yeah.
cold.
Oh yeah.
Sindel always been
Sindel-
cold.
That
Sindel been
fatality,
the dude.
she
Her
ripped
fatality.
them legs.
Yes.
Lord.
I was
Lord.
like,
I tell
ooh.
you, they are pushing the limit.
But they always do that. Like you watch you play Mortal Kombat, you like the fatalities can't get worse.
Yeah,
Then they
always
get
better.
worse.
Then they get worse because
I-
I would not have imagined she flip you over with your hair and whip your legs off.
I bet they have so much fun coming up with those.
Yes,
They-
I think
Yeah.
this is the best part. I would definitely sit in the room. Okay, fatalities, and I'm gonna come up with some shit because
What if we flip them over and rip their legs off? What?
Put that in the game. Put it in.
I like it. I like it.
But I was thinking about Luke Cage and how he just fumbling this new era. I feel like the same thing with Restart Any Timeline and Time Travel. It's certain shit that he just can't get rid of. Like Shang Tsung is one of them points. Like you just can't get rid of him. That's fate. So I feel like him being back is fate. I feel like Chronica being back is fate. Like some stuff you just can't get around, but you can try your best to like alleviate it before it comes.
My theory is that one thing that they did announce in this trailer is that the Mortal Kombat tournament is staying. That's like going back to Galvin's, like this has to happen. So Mortal Kombat tournament seems like one of those things that has to happen. Or the fact that Liu Kang just don't know any better and he just feel like this is what we need to keep the peace, Mortal Kombat. But I honestly feel like that Earth Realm is going to lose in MK1. And Shao Kahn is going to invade Earth Realm, and that's how Sonya, Jax, and the rest of them are going to get involved. That's my theory.
I can see that.
If they're being left off Mortal Kombat 1, I think that Liu Kang's plan for the new era to keep the peace is about to fail bad in this first game, and that's how everybody else is about to get involved.
Because them champions he picked, like you go find Raiden, you get watered down Sub-Zero and watered down Scorpion to be my champions. Please stop playing with me. You know who
and Johnny Cage
was. Like you know who your champions was ever since the first game. Johnny Cage, Jax, and Sonya Blade, and they never let in Liu Kang, they never let you down. So why would you switch that up and pick different people? You know other people got ulterior motives. Like, come on now.
I just want to have a 5-minute sit down in the story where we really just analyze his thought process, because what were you thinking about when you rewrote this?
I like how they gave Raiden back his lightning though. I saw that in the gameplay trailers. I was like, okay. Because what was Raiden without the lightning? I was trying to think how was he gonna fight without that?
Kung Lao was beating that man down.
He was.
Hey, we're gonna get to that. Yeah.
I want to know.
Raiden look sorry.
I want to know how they're gonna explain that. Like, if they live in Earth Realm, like why do you just have lightning powers, and why are you not like freaked out by the fact, like why are you casually using these lightning powers, like with no question?
I mean, in the trailer, they did say he went through like real intensive training. So I wonder if he got it during that training.
Yeah.
Or maybe Liu Kang, Liu Kang being a god, and I was like, I'm gonna give you a little taste of what
give you a little zap zap.
I'm gonna give you some lightning. Don't ask me no more. Don't ask me no more. But I really like Sindel's. I like Sindel seems more older. Like she seems like that classic older royalty, like my husband gone, but y'all not. It's given whatchamacallit from Black Panther, Angela Bassett. But Mortal Kombat 1.
Brandon said, "Yeah, I have questions, please, Brandon." Not you moderating.
My bad, Sage. Sage X was Stryker in the game. I believe Stryker is a cameo.
Yeah,
I think they showed that a while back that he's a cameo.
But he was not in the beta.
Nah, he wasn't in the beta. But I'm very interested. I'm interested to see the relationship between Sindel. I'm in Katana, and I'm definitely interested to see the relationship between her and Melina, because in the old MK games, Melina came after Sindel died. And then even when she was resurrected, they didn't really cross paths like that.
So what I'm seeing, like they twin sisters, but Melina was born a few seconds ahead of time. But because she got that disease, and I guess she's like she's got a troubled personality. Everybody's like spreading whispers saying we want Katana to be queen. That's what I saw when I was looking into the game.
Yeah,
Which is interesting. So it's like, yeah, we'll see how it goes with her relationship with Sindel.
like everybody favors. It's giving me Starfire, Blackfire,
Something like that, yeah.
And I
like
like how they made them sisters because in the old games, Melina didn't belong to Sindel. Like that wasn't her
Right.
daughter at all. So now with her being her daughter this time, I feel like I'm excited to see how they did it.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Like, what's going to be the relationship between all three of them? And if we're going with this pattern that everybody's going to be all buddy until we're not, like, what's going to be that breaking point that splits them all up? Like, who's Sindel going to side with? Or are they just going to be like versus three ways? Like, how's that going to go?
I feel like it's going to be that. I feel like Sindel don't want to give up that seat. I feel like Melina want it. And Katana just there. Like, she just there. Like, she don't want... Of course, she gonna support her sister till she get to her breaking point, and I feel like she been knew her mother was on bullshit. So I feel like it'll be like a triple threat, like they all trying to tug and pull it their way.
I saw a
what
rumor.
about Shao Kahn too? Where he gonna play?
Shao Kahn is an army general, like so.
You don't think he wouldn't try to go at the throne again?
Only way I feel like only shot I think he have at the throne is to marry one of them girls. Like he an army general, so even if he do decide to kill Sindel, then here come Melina. Then if you do decide to kill Melina, then here come Katana. Then by the time he make it to Katana, he gonna kill all three of them. Like,
They had a scene. They had a
in.
scene where he was killing some of the Ungadi, who's supposed to be the protectors of the royal family. He had a scene where he was slaughtering.
Yeah,
them
I feel like
girls.
he gonna try, but I don't feel like he gonna succeed. He might succeed though. I don't know. Who am I? He might kill all three of them and be like, you know what? All three of your queens are dead. What's good?
I think he might go for a bigger conquest. I could see him being like, I want the throne. You not running it right. Like I could do better. And then Earth Realm comes into play, the Mortal Kombat tournament, and it goes back to MK9 where his bigger conquest is gonna be. I don't need to rule Outworld. I'll go rule Earth Realm.
Yeah,
it could all be split though, because Tanya's Ungadi, and then Lee May was like former Ungadi or something like that. Like I think she got kicked out or something.
Yeah.
So it could be like a whole 2-3 way split within the Royal.
It's gonna be messy.
It's gonna be
My girl Tanya ugly in the face. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
She is. They did her so wrong.
People were saying that on
a win is a win.
A win is a win though. That's my girl. Like Tanya being in this game kind of alleviates Sonya being gone because I really fuck with Tanya MKX. But she ugly in the face. Like, why y'all do my girl like that?
Look, Galvin, somebody said it when she was first revealed, and then some people commented, "Oh, you anti-black," and I was like, don't let me comment because I agree.
I said it at DreamCon when she ugly.
They had a close up on her face when her mouth was open.
like Tanya looked so good in the past games. Like, why y'all got? I understand getting rid of the bob, but y'all had to get rid of her face.
We got
They did not have to get rid of that bob. They could have gave my sister a braid bob or something. That bob, like I remember I used to be handling Portia and Antoine with Tanya. That bob used to be swinging on that pole. Like they know what's up with that bob come out. Like they know what's up about a bob.
We got a comment from Virgo Kaju. He's they said she looked like an African, so it makes sense. Does
all
it?
Africans ugly, is what you think.
I've seen some very beautiful Nigerian, Moroccan, Egyptian, all of them women.
Are we assuming she's African? Like,
is that anti-black?
Where's the model?
Look, that's
where's the model?
Is that anti-black?
Are we sure? That's why she looks like that.
We didn't see the beautiful African queens in Black Panther. Like, come on now.
They definitely could have modeled her off the door, Malaje.
Right. Like
Tanya could have been pretty now.
She could have been.
I think they were. To me, I think they were leaning too hard because everybody looks like super detailed, like lines in their face. Like you can see the aging differences between the characters, and I feel like maybe they lean too hard into that for Tanya's design.
Yeah, and usually I feel them because usually when you see like a boss black girl, she running her arm and she's a general, like she running shit, like she
looks rough. She does look rough.
Only time you saw somebody a pretty army general was Black Panther when she came out when Okoye came out bald head makeup. She was beautiful.
But I
in
guess
Mortal time,
But I guess if we want to look at it from another perspective, those are movies.
right.
And if they are diving into the realism, it could, because she is a warrior, because she's done like the roughness fits
Right,
kind of with like what's going on in the game and the storyline and what her position is.
Maybe her teeth messed up because she got kicked on her jaw too many times. Now, like, so I let them make it. They have to make her ugly because I'm saying all the other females and they pretty, and I'm pretty sure Katana got her ass whooped, but she's still flawless in the face. So I don't know, Ed Boon. I'm gonna have to hit you up on Ed and let you know because y'all playing.
I don't know what y'all doing with this one.
Oh man. There was another part that I wanted to talk about in the trailer. Or maybe that was it. We talked about Sindel, we talked about Shao Kahn.
So I have a little bit of background on Shujinko.
Okay.
Yeah, Shujinko. So aside from him coming back from Mortal Kombat Deception, if you guys remember at the beginning of the story, he is the reason that Onaga got out.
Who was Onaga again?
We all looking like who was Onaga?
Onaga was the
original thing.
Yes. He was the original ruler of, I believe, it was Underworld. I want to say.
Oh, the Netherworld.
Yeah, he was the original ruler of Underworld. So in the original story, he accidentally let him out. So I wonder if they're gonna try to bring him back in Mortal Kombat 2.
Well, it really just depends on. So Ed Boon said the cameo characters are not going to be in the storyline, but that doesn't guarantee that they're going to be in the next game either.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on how this storyline goes. Because if Chronica's involved, then like, I don't know. I feel like Chronicle was like that at the top. Like you did Shao Kahn, we did Quan Chi, we did, what was the guy from 10
with the horns?
What's his name?
Shinnok.
And then we get the Chronicle who controls all time, and I just feel like that's the highest you can get. So if she's back, like,
I mean, not if you one of them elder gods come off their throne and start handling business. The ones that ready to go consult with, if they step off their throne and go to shake some shit up.
But are the elder?
But wasn't Shinnok and the elder god at first?
He was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what but that's just going back to what did Liu Kang do in this new era? Right. Is there even a construct of elder gods, or is he the elder god?
I don't think he could erase the elder gods. I'll be surprised if he took that out. Because from what I understand from all the MK games and stuff, the elder gods are like OP. Like, don't come in here playing because you won't make it. So I feel like if Liu Kang ain't got enough power to erase the elder gods, he's a little too OP. And if he's that OP, why is this timeline garbage?
But that could be the reason why it's garbage. He got rid of everybody who could guide him to make good decisions for this timeline, and he made the worst one.
And he did say in one of his winning the matches, his line, he's like, the past guides me. Now, if you're using past experience to guide your future experiences, Liu Kang, come on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He don't know no better. He died and got resurrected, and this is what he decided.
So he just out here doing stuff.
He's just doing shit. We got a comment before we move on to the 17-minute gameplay video. The Dark Sage made a comment. I wonder if they'll make separate cameo DLC fighters and who would be in.
I could see that.
I could.
It's just I'll be more pissed off if I don't get Jade. That's all I'm saying. I don't want her to be no cameo, because if they do someone that I wanted and it's a cameo instead of a main, I'm gonna be.
It's gonna be a cameo. I'm letting you know that.
I'm gonna be.
Do we know if the DLC characters are those just main rosters? Those can't be used as cameo. Do we know that?
That's what I understood.
That's what Combat Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are main characters. Those are gonna be. They're not gonna be in the story, but they are gonna be characters.
Yeah.
I'm just saying main roster. Like if I go to pick my main character,
I think that's what they're going with.
Well, if that's the case, I'm under the impression that there won't be any cameo DLC fighters, because I think it would have made more sense to put it in the combo pack.
But you
Like-
know, Mortal Kombat, they be having more than one combat pack though dropping. So
right, but I'm thinking of more of like it's you get these cameos in these main rosters. Like with this pack, we get some cameos, we get some main rosters.
You're saying it should have been a bundle. Like if they was going to drop their first combat pack and it's 5 new people, it could be like 2 cameos added.
I disagree. I think they're doing it right because I feel like you giving them too much. Then like we're gonna give you this DLC main roster. Now we questioning, are we gonna have cameos? Pop Out Combat 2, they got cameos. Now we lit, but had they gave us to it before, I just feel like Air Boom them, they playing with us, but I feel like they're doing a good job because they're keeping us engaged. They don't want to give us some stuff in your
we asking the right question.
Right, we're asking the right question. We're going on the path that they want us to. So I appreciate them for that. They're keeping us engaged and keeping us on our toes. So
we got a comment from the message domain. I'm still waiting on Raiko, and I think Chronica is going to be the main villain.
Yeah,
I can see it.
I think she's gonna use Shang Tsung as a pawn. So let's go ahead and move on to these 17 minutes of gameplay because the first couple minutes was Shang Tsung and Chronica.
Did y'all watch the whole 17 minutes?
I watched it.
I did.
It's honestly interesting. It's honestly pretty
I'm gonna go back. I watched some of it though.
Yeah, I caught the end of it.
So the beginning, how you catch the end of it? How do you catch the end of a YouTube video?
I watched it live. I'll say that.
Oh, you heard him. He watched it live. Don't play with Antoine.
I was like, what do you mean you caught the end of it?
Get him out of here.
I feel you.
This is how rumors get started right here. This is how they get started right here.
At the beginning of the 17 minutes, it starts with Shang Tsung. He's pretending to be this witch doctor, or not a witch doctor, who's selling medicine to people, you know, like this will cure all of your ailments, etc., etc. A dude confronts him about it, which I believe is Baraka. I believe that the man who confronted Shang Tsung at his little medicine shop is Baraka before he gets fully infected with the Tarkat disease.
I can see that.
It was just the bald head with the little spots in it, and then his facial structure. Like, I was like, I could definitely see you transforming it to Baraka.
I honestly kid was already sick and everything else. That's right. Pissed off. Yeah.
And on top of that, it looked like the place where Baraka grew up. It looked like his people.
Honestly, that could be foreshadowing. All of those people could be victims of Tarkat. Like that whole community he had in whatever combat cash trailer that was, when they showed all those people with Tarkat, that could have been all of them.
Liu Kang trash for letting the disease exist.
You changed it to a disease? Like, you didn't want to get rid of the race. Look, you want to make it a disease.
Like, don't let me interrupt you, like, because I know we got to get through it, but Liu Kang he's a bad person. He's not a good guy.
So
he's not seeing heaven
after
he's not going to Elder God heaven at all.
So after they confront Shang Tsung, it goes to a night scene where he's basically like, you know, I'm gonna hang this up. And Chronica approaches him, and she basically tells him, it's like, your destiny is like greater than anything that you can imagine. Like, I've seen it. Like, I've seen you in so many lifetimes, you know, rise to greatness. Do you want this? And his power hungry ass, he's accepting it.
Yep.
And it's young Shang Tsung too, that old.
This is a younger Shang Tsung. So then after that, it transitions to chapter 1, which is Kung Lao, where Kung Lao and Raiden looks like they stay in a small town. They just collect cabbage, live their life, collect their cabbage, go eat.
My cabbages.
They was collecting cabbages, so they go eat. They go eat at the restaurant, which was one of the stages from the beta. They do a fight, just, you know, a little intro fight, just, you know, get you warmed up. And then after that, the Lin Kuei show up. So Smoke shows up, and they're basically doing like gang protection type thing. Like, you either let us protect your restaurant, or we can't, you know, we're not responsible for what happens to us. So they just start tearing the place up. Kung Lao and Raiden handle their asses, and then that's when Sub-Zero and Scorpion show up.
Mhm.
and then it
Hold on,
basically stops there.
shout out the owner of the restaurant. She threw hands at him for a quick second.
When
Talking
smoke,
about that old lady that they
when
threw over.
That
smoke,
lady,
They was
yeah.
wrong for that.
When
For a
smoke
quick second, she
banged
threw
her
hands.
against that thing and then kicked on that table, I was like, "Don't get up."
I saw that right before I got on. I was like, "Ooh, he wrong for doing that." Oh,
Hey, but
Yeah.
the smoke when Raiden, so after they did that, that's when Kung Lao and Raiden run up. But Smoke does the little smoke thing. So Raiden is running. Smoke must have teleported and clocked him. I said, "Ooh, oh my!" But if that's the first 17 minutes that really didn't do anything at all, I think the story mode is going to be pretty intense and in depth.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
hope it's
17
longer
minutes,
too.
that
I'm
17
thinking it's
minutes
going to
was
be longer.
barely anything. I think it's going to be long because that 17 minutes was barely anything. Like,
And I don't want to get in here and play this game and be done in 2 nights. It's gonna piss me off because I waited too long to beat that quick. Give me like, made me fight for my life for a week and a half straight. Made me come upstairs and be like, girl, I had to take me a break. Shane Stone down there beating the shit out of me. Like that's how I want to feel playing this game. Like,
And it's a lot of background information they got to cover. Like, how did the Lin Kuei devolve from like this legendary army of ninjas to some hitmen who got a
right.
straight? They Yakuza now. Like, how did that happen?
I think I remember
He
first
tried.
in the Lin. I think in the Lin Kuei trailer, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Liu Kang, but he was like, the Lin Kuei are the protectors of Earthrealm. And then it went to Sub-Zero, who wasn't, he didn't want that status. He wanted the Lin Kuei to be at that high level status that we've known from the past, instead of being reduced to, oh, we're just a protector of Earthrealm. We just show up when something go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then this could be them rebelling against their designated purpose, and then that's how all this kind of like, this is how we get in conflict and at odds.
Either they're
I can see
rebelling
that.
or Liu Kang just came up and said, "Hey, how about you use your strength for
Well,
something
and
greater?"
let me say this: while all the fighting was going on in the restaurant, Liu Kang is sitting at the table with his hood on, watching.
Yeah.
Like,
That man just sitting in the back chilling.
He's sitting there at the table watching.
I guess you gotta let it play out.
Yeah.
That's some Raiden. He is Raiden Jr.
But think about it though, y'all put yourselves in Liu Kang's shoes. Like you beat Chronica, you got this hourglass. It's your job to restart the whole timeline. That's a big job. Like the whole timeline, everybody's lives is in my hand. Like, come on, somebody.
But I feel like the high offenders, like like Mortal Kombat's most wanted, should not have been in this era.
Shang Tsung should have been.
You brought Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, and Chronica to this new era.
All back.
How that happened?
I feel them on wanting to mix the old and the new, but I kind of sort of feel like with the new era vibes, maybe we should have got some other villains, because of course you're gonna make a new era, you're gonna create like all these different timelines for people, and some people just ain't gonna roll with it, and that's how we get new villains and new feats to conquer. But you didn't already tussle with these boys. Why are they in here? You tried to make Shang Tsung poor. Now Chronica done found him. Ain't no telling what Shao Kahn doing on the back end. It's just like you got some.
You wanted that.
You got some chickens that are out the coop.
I'm gonna put it the way Rhodey put it in Endgame. They should have went back in time and
they should have not brought them.
All of them. Just get them out.
My personal opinion, I think Liu Kang is messy. Like, what's going to cause the most drama? If any drama was going to go down, what's going to cause the most drama?
Or maybe this is the timeline where it's the least drama. Maybe some of the other timelines, it just got real hate. He like, you know what? We're going to do this one. It's a little messy, but it's worse than what the file was finna do. So maybe, I don't know. I just want to see his reasoning, because what I'm looking at, Liu Kang, you could have did better. Show me why you couldn't do better. That's what I'm looking for.
We got two comments that I want to discuss. The Message Domain said, don't forget about Quan Chi. I would hate if he pops up, because now you're playing. Now you playing.
Wasn't he to be in the DLC?
Yeah.
He is in the DLC, so he might
I
not be
d-
in the game.
Yeah, I doubt he in the story. Then, if maybe Liu Kang was smart about that.
Yeah.
And then the Dark Sage asks, y'all think Raiden would end up killing Liu Kang? I honestly wonder if the champion mentor relationship is going to be different than how it was between Liu Kang and Raiden. And now that it's Raiden being the mentee and Liu Kang being the mentor, is he going to be able to fulfill that role, or is Raiden going to be like, yo, this is bullshit?
Oh, Raiden to be like, you kind of stupid, ain't it?
I feel like if y'all peeped at MK11, the reason shit used to always go south for them is because Raiden and Liu Kang end up fighting. And they showed all the flashbacks from every game where you had to make them two fight. So I feel like Liu Kang, knowing that moving forward, I don't think he's going to put him and Raiden at odds, because it's been written in fate that every time these two niggas fight, shit fall apart.
He might not put them at odds, but if, like, when shit really starts hitting the fan, what is Liu Kang going to do to minimize that risk?
Mm-hmm.
If Raiden's just really like, I'm not with this, like, why would you create this error and all this stuff is happening to me? And he just really like rejects his position and he really wants to throw bows with Liu Kang. Like, what is Liu Kang going to do to not have that happen?
Probably kill him. Yeah.
He ain't gonna have no court. He ain't gonna have no choice.
I mean, that's how it was.
No
That's exactly how it was, but the other way around. Liu Kang was like, nah, Raiden, I'm not fucking with this. I ain't doing what you say. Raiden was like, yes, you will, because I'm the elder guy. Liu Kang was like, all right, bet, let's fight. And Raiden killed him. So maybe it'll be the other way around. Liu Kang killed, but I hope not. I hope Liu Kang learn from them past mistakes. That every time you and Raiden, no matter what timeline, what era, that every time y'all fight, shit go left. So you should keep that in the back of your mind to keep this man in your good graces.
But
I would like to know what's on his mind, in the front of his mind, the side of his mind, the back of his mind. I really just need a deep dive.
Yeah,
that's not on his mind. He just wants to bring Raiden back, and it's just gonna go the same way it's been going.
Sage,
he said, I'm the god this time in this fight.
Sage has a question for you, Antoine. He asks, Antoine, you think Fate ain't more powerful than the gods? And then I think Fate finds its way in every universe.
Mm-hmm. I agree with Fate. Like, some shit is Fate. Like, ain't some Fate. Like, it's just he probably minimized the threat, but he gonna pop back up.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a certain level, like you being like all of creation, like on a high level, this is what I want, but you can't control like the smaller details,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be that this is what I wanted at a high level, but like the smaller things means that Shang Tsung has to be here, Shao Kahn has to be here, Chronica has to be here.
Right, in the butterfly flick. So now that Shang Tsung here, him and Chronica, they had a conversation that starts some whole other bullshit that he didn't foresee. So
what if he was anticipating that though?
That would be lit though if he was anticipating.
Just going back to my theory of why he's bringing up the Mortal Kombat tournament again. What if he was anticipating things going left at a certain point in time? And him just being Liu Kang and him going off of his past, he feels like the Mortal Kombat tournament is the way to solve this. I personally think it's not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go.
Yeah.
No. I think they're going to lose. I pretty much agree with you, Food. They're going to lose.
I think they're going to lose hard. I think he's going to be like, back in the past when we had beef, we just met up and, we threw bows. And now these people are going to be like, throw bows.
Oh my goodness.
Sage said, I think Armageddon might happen again. Not in this game. It's just so weird to reset the universe after 2 to 3 games. I feel like when they made the villain Chronica, I think they kind of had to. We're fighting the god of time.
Yeah.
But you remember what they said at DreamCon, Porsche, or was it DreamCon or was it Comic-Con? They said that they had MK1 way before they dropped MK11. So they've been had this in the fall. So I feel like this was always the plan anyway, them resetting it.
My thing is they killed off everybody. Like everybody was a revenant.
Everybody was a revenant, yeah.
Everybody was a revenant. So if you wanted, like, where do you go? Like, Sonya Blade died at the beginning of 11. Like, what was it gonna be? Mortal Kombat 11 with just the combat kids, Cassie Cage and them? I honestly don't think that was gonna sell.
Honestly, that's what I was expecting, to be honest. I thought it was gonna be like the kids or the future.
They didn't. I don't think they introduced enough people to take on those mantles.
Yeah.
Because if we go back to
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat 10, it was Takeda, what's the
Kung
other
Jin,
guy?
was it Kung
Kung
Jin?
Jin. Then
Yeah.
it was Jackie, Cassie. It was the four of them. And then we got to 1. And then it was just Cassie and Jackie. They didn't put Takeda in there. Kung Jin went in there. So then, like, who's supposed to take up the mantle after this? Like,
And Jackie and Takeda was finna get married. Jackie wasn't studying under my Sonya. I mean, not Sonya. Cassie mama died. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to keep fighting. She watched her mama die. I don't know what the hell Kung Jin was. Come to find out he gay in real life, so don't tell him where he was at. So
yeah. The Dark Sage asks, you think they wrote themselves into a hole?
most likely.
I think they
Yeah.
did. I think they pulled a Naruto, the Great Ninja War 4 arc, and pulled out Chronica just to shut the whole thing
Get
down.
it down. Let's just go and wipe this clean and reset.
Because honestly, it's kind of difficult for them not to like write themselves into a hole. Like you want to keep the same characters, and we 12 games in.
I don't
Like,
think they introduced any compelling characters to continue the legacy that they did through 9 and 11.
Mhm.
but you can't create compelling characters because we get more and more attached to the same characters with each iteration.
But I'm just
It's a
saying
whole
though,
new generation of
but
folks
just
that's
look-
going
but
to get
just-
attached to Scorpion.
I feel you, but I'm just looking at like how they're doing Mortal Kombat 1. They're bringing back old characters and they're bringing back new characters to kind of like to keep that going. But then it was like if they kept going past 11, I feel like they could have, introduced some more people. Like I said everybody died, but everybody didn't die.
Mhm.
But I just don't feel like the people who weren't dead wasn't gonna hold the series up if they didn't
Yeah.
reset this timeline.
That's some big shoes to fill.
And I also feel like they had so many old characters that they wanted to bring back, and the only way to bring some of those old characters back was to go and reset it. Like people like
they was running. They said they was running out of people. They said we had no choice but to start over because who else do we bring in? So we just gonna take it back. That's what they were saying at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel them. I'm not mad. I just want to see what Luke Cage talk about because right now it's giving full of shit.
Yeah.
Ash Brown.
It's giving you play. You play.
In my
Here,
bed.
here's the timeline, and this is what you did.
Nah, here go all the pieces I got. Let me just throw some random ones in the bowl and mix them around. See what we got.
He's shaking. What's that? That meme? And he was like in a little bit of oops. Like no.
Oh my goodness.
All right. One more comment, and I do want to move on to our opinions for the Mortal Kombat Invasion mode. Dark Sage said, I love that this is such an organized and civil combo with so many people. Y'all need to get the same job so y'all can get the same schedule so we can do this more.
We kind of.
Three
of us kind. 3.5 of us kind of do.
I think I'm the only out. Me and Raph on outline, but I've asked Portia to put in a good word for me at Northam. She's like, "Now, friend, I don't think you'll be a good fit. How you gonna tell me? Don't they train you when you get hired?"
Okay, well, I want you to go on their website and I want you to find one position.
Don't they train you though? That's my only question. Yes or no?
But they also have certain, prerequisites, and I just don't think.
Yes, America. Listen, America. She couldn't even recommend me to HR. With my public health degree, I'll be perfect at HR. She just told me to work in the same building. So that's fine. That's fine. I'm not mad.
That's crazy. That's your friend, Galvin?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm a claimer in front of America. I'm still gonna claim. I ain't gonna do it
It's
like
two
that.
other people who work for the same company as me, and Ralph work in the same. We all work in the same
sector,
unit,
industry,
the same industry. But you ain't asking the three of them. You wanna come?
You my best friend. We know Antoine don't like me for real, and me and Ryan.
I would have got you in, Galvin. We got cleaners and everything.
You sound kind of fake, Antoine. Like
not cleaner. Not just trying to get him signed up as a janitor.
Right.
You said something.
I'll stay where I'm at.
No, look, Antoine's going to give him a fancy name, sanitation worker.
Yeah.
Custodian.
Those are the most important people.
He said the cleaners.
I feel that. I'm not cleaning no toilets at Northrop. Barely want to clean them at home. Shit.
Oh man.
Feel that.
But moving on to the last part of our
Y'all terrible.
conversation, the next piece that they announced at Gamescon was the Mortal Kombat Invasion mode, which is going to be replacing the Crypt. So what I saw, how they're explaining it, this is a RPG-esque experience with a board game like feel. You pick a character and you basically complete different challenges for rewards, and you travel through different parts of the world. So the piece that I saw, you started in front of Johnny Cage's mansion. You completed some challenges through there. There was a piece where you ended up outside, which is how was when they showed that you can change the main character as well as the cameo character that went with them. They also introduced a feature called the Talisman, and I forgot what the points are called, but they're kind of like skill points, but you get like 5 of them, and you can apply them either to split them up between characters, or you can apply all of them to one character.
Mhm.
But it reminded me of that the story mode, how they tried to do Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, where you just move through the challenges as the story mode. I didn't play it because it pissed me off.
I didn't like it, so I hope we're not comparing it to that.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing I would give them is that it's not the story mode. It's just a little side piece that you can do.
Okay. I appreciated that because I just watched that clip too. I appreciate that because I used to go in the crib with X and 11. I used to go walk around that crib. I used to pull up the maps on Google trying to get all the good, because this is where all the good stuff is, like all the fatalities, all the brutality. So you gotta go in that crib if you want to do some good stuff. Now, what I really appreciate, first of all, how it looks more visually appealing. It looks like he's walking through Earth. Secondly, I like how they incorporated the fights, because in the original Crypt, you didn't fight at all. You just go in there and dig through treasure chests and walk around for hours and not fight. I actually like that, some stops are actually battles you fight. And that's what I was really looking forward to with this. Like, don't have me just walking around aimlessly for 2 hours, opening treasure chests around every corner. Give me a little pizzazz, give me a little razzle dazzle. And I feel like they did that.
Yeah, fights, mini games.
Yeah.
They gotta have
test your sight.
Oh, if they bring back Test Your Might,
they got to. They have to bring back Test Your Might.
I'm certain of it.
I saw the gameplay that I saw, majority of the challenges were fights, but they did do one where it was like a dodge thing where these fireballs were coming through and you have to dodge them all to complete the challenge. That was the only outside fight challenge that I saw.
My favorite one was Test Your Sight, where they put the little ball in the 3 cups and they move them around real fast, and you got to pick one, but if you don't, you die. That was always my favorite one.
Not if you pick the wrong one.
Yeah, if you pick the wrong one, you die. Like, they walk up and it's like, Test Your
Wrong
Sight.
cup, you dead.
Test Your Might was always hard.
And it was crazy.
Not Mortal Kombat Russian roulette. Like,
no, like y'all never done that in the game. Like,
I remember Test Your Might.
Test Your Might was fun until you start getting into you busting open diamonds and stuff like that. It got hard, like But Test Your Sight was one of my favorite ones.
I'm interested to see what all of the challenges are in there. When they did the change characters thing, it was a limited roster. I don't know if this just they're continuing like the beta experience, but not showing everybody, or as you get more into invasion mode, you get more people. I assume that it's gonna be the full roster, but it could be like similar to how if I'm going way back old school, Mario's Superstar Baseball or Super Sluggers, they had that board game type feel with the story mode, and as you went to different areas, you unlocked more characters that you could put on your team to complete different challenges. So I don't know if it's gonna be a thing like that, or if they just limited the roster just because this is another beta type experience.
Right. But I appreciate that though. That was nice. When I watched that video, I was like, that's good shit. That's excellent. Like, as a Crypt Walker, I like that. I'm all for
Crypt Walker.
I'm a Crypt Walker. Like, I used to love when I found out what the Crypt was in MKX, I was like, oh, this is where you get all the good shit at. And I fell in love ever since.
What about you, Ryan? How'd you feel about invasion mode?
I'm not a big fan of the crypt. That's why I'll stay quiet.
Oh, please.
It's just a necessary evil for me. Because
What
the only
if
thing I go
they
in
prove?
for.
What if they? So you remember how we were talking about the variations thing? If it plays into that, do you think you might check it out?
I'm gonna do what I do every time. Get on Google, look up the map, and say where's everything at. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
It never was just fun to me. It was like a side mini game to the fighting, and I was like, all the extra stuff. I can't remember if it was 11 where they had like the little puzzles where you gather statues, crossing the Shinnok's realm, and all that other stuff. I was like, it looks nice, but it's just a mini game.
I
It's
think
just a
because they
side
add,
thing.
I think the extra flair was adding the fighting and to make it worth something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out just because it's more than just because I didn't play the crypt either. Like I watched Galvin do the crypt, and it's like, okay, cool. You walk around, you get new skins, coins, stuff like that. And I was like, I see the value in it, but me just running around is just not. It's not giving. Ooh, let me go in the crypt. But I think with the fighting on the back end of it, it's like, yeah, I can go in, do a couple challenges, do a couple matches right quick, see what rewards and stuff that I get. I think that's this the invasion mode is more appealing to me just because of the extra elements that they added.
Yeah.
And it could make it better. It's just when it comes to like reward systems like that, I prefer like I know most of y'all ain't like Xbox fans, like a Halo Reach approach. If you win a match, you get money, you go to the store. Or you complete challenges. 10 headshots with a sniper rifle, you got a sniper skin. 15, you got a new sniper skin. I prefer that. I prefer that route so I can actually have something to aim for more directly.
I wonder if they didn't show this, and I wonder if it's just because of these are the beginning challenges, but I assume that these challenges are going to get harder. And what if it is like you have to win by doing these couple moves, or you have to win by brutality, you have to win
I think so. The one I watched, one of the challenges was you had to use the little amulet you found walking around. So if you didn't use that
right,
amulet,
the talisman,
you didn't get the reward. So I feel what Foop saying. I think it'll be like that. You have to do certain stuff. Like even with MKX, they had dragon challenges. I don't know if anybody like doing the dragon challenges. So when you do the towers, you get your little dragon challenges at the bottom. You had to like do 3 uppercuts, 3 air attacks, 3 projectiles. You got rewards based on that too. So
I wonder if they'll get
those.
Sage had a question for you, Ryan. Ryan, how about they just add MK cart again instead of the crib?
I still dislike both.
He said, "I'm not for it." Anti-crib.
It's just not. It just never won me over. Like that was always like the necessary evil of Mortal Kombat. It's like this is here, kind of got to do it to get the bonus stuff, and I'm gonna do it.
So you just like to cut the game on and just fight. Boom, 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 boom.
That's what I was doing freshman year of college. Dang, we weren't cool yet then. Like in the summer bridge program, I was in there every day. Just have homies coming over. That's how I made like 3 new friends. Like, hey, you coming in? We sliding on Mortal Kombat. We'll just play for hours.
I feel that you thought you was an MK god in college till Antoine beat you in that tournament, and you
on that new one.
And I get on that new one.
you already know my body.
We gotta if we gotta fly somewhere, hook the PS5 but we running matches.
Yeah, we overdue for another MK tournament. Antoine had that trophy for too long, and I've whooped Antoine too many times for him to still hold on to that title.
Oh my God.
We gotta, get that together.
We gotta.
I ain't have 11, so
I'm the middle point, so everybody got to come to me.
To St. Louis. If Portia drives up there, yeah.
I'm in the middle.
It's your turn to drive. I drove last time. You slid with this Beyonce concert because we flew. But it's your turn.
Why can't y'all come to us, our house, to business? Everybody has somewhere to lay comfortably.
You got a good point.
See?
Y'all did hold us in there well.
Say said we running a blurred mob, King of the Hill. He said come to Texas.
Let's get the streaming set up and we'll be there.
Let's go. If we get, we got a lot of stuff coming up. We say this all the time. You guys see it like once we officially, put it out there. But we have a lot of ideas. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We come up with ideas and it's just like, I don't know when we gonna do it, but I think we should do it.
We planned it out. We planned it out at least.
So if we ever get around to finally figuring out this game streaming stuff, is definitely on my list. You might see a Mortal Kombat tournament. The Blair Mob.
Mhm.
You
see them
just
getting
might.
their ass handed to them, Sage.
Look, and Tekken
That's
gonna
why
be
don't
right
wear
around
your
the
hand
corner
because I
too.
come up there and we'll cut this game on now.
Which one you gonna put on though? Which one? Don't put on your favorite.
We can discuss offline.
We gonna do one. We gonna even the playing field. It's gonna be one.
There's gonna have to be one. Yeah,
Y'all been playing that one more than me, so I gotta.
Wait, Antoine, please. We played that game for 2 days and went to go see Beyonce.
How much
Stop
did I play?
it.
How much did I play?
Stop it. You
That's
played
your
a
fault because you should have asked one of us to use our PS5 while we was gone. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done.
I mean,
I'm
I'm just saying, Antoine, we all get the game the same
He
day.
want to go in y'all rooms.
I mean, he might. Antoine
They
ain't
talking about
ordering
running
it.
up
He
on
might
the
not get it when we do. Antoine said he not ordering that.
So you're not gonna order the game, but
I
you're gonna
am.
talk that rah-rah in our ear talking about
I'll
y'all
get the
play more than
game.
me. Buy the
Get the
game.
game.
You need to get it the same day we
game.
get it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, y'all done had it for 2 weeks and I just got it. You need to get it the same day it dropped. You need to go wake up and buy it so we can be.
Because you
on
got a
the-
PS5, right, Antoine?
Yeah.
So why you not getting it?
He just playing.
I am getting it.
Is this bullying?
Getting the game.
No,
I-
no.
That one up there and that one over there. Don't listen to them.
What
'cause
were
I
you
ain't never said I
pointing
wasn't getting the game.
We just want how Antoine get down. We know
We
when
just
the
want
game
Antoine
drops.
to get the game. We just want Antoine to get the game.
Yeah,
I'm
and
getting
you know
the
if he
game.
lose, he gonna be like, "Oh, well, y'all had it 2 weeks, and I just got it today. That's why y'all beat me." He ain't gonna take his L's like a champ. He just gonna come up with excuses. So we need him to get this game. When we have access, you need to have access. We just gonna put some time aside each day after
we
work.
gonna even the playing field. We're gonna even it's as much time as you need, Antoine. Take it.
Okay.
Take it. I'm personally excited. Like we haven't ran like a fresh new Mortal Kombat. We ain't ran runs like this since college. I'm excited.
Yeah. When the last one came out, everybody was graduating. So
yeah.
But we ran everything college: Smash Bros, Tekken,
Soul Calibur, Tekken
everything.
8. Yeah.
Everything.
Tekken said it's me now. Not Tekken. Mortal Kombat said it's me now. I will see about Tekken come 2024.
Yeah.
But we made it to the end. Oh, my bad, Ralph. What you supposed to say?
Oh, never mind. We can finish it.
I was just saying we made it through all of the topics. I just want to know if anybody had any final thoughts or opinions on anything of the Mortal Kombat stuff we were talking about. And for you guys who are listening, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat and we'll answer them. But anybody else got anything about Mortal Kombat 1?
They bringing Ermac back.
He's a DLC though, right?
Yeah, he's a DLC character.
Really cheap.
So he might be in the story as well.
I hope
I was going to say they filming for MK2 the movie, so I'm excited about that. The dude they play Jax, I follow him on IG. He started his Jax diet with all that meat and eggs on that big ass plate. So I'm like, okay, they filming, he getting his body together. So I'm excited about that.
Based off how they did the last movie, I'm gonna have to wait till I see some reviews.
I'm
really gonna wait for it to get on Max. That's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh,
they dropping the ball with the animated content too. They showed the other thing that I forgot to mention at Comic-Con. They showed a trailer for the new Johnny Cage animated movie, and it's taking place back in like the 80s. And I was just like, we don't really need this Johnny Cage animated movie.
The last animated movie they made in the Mortal Kombat universe still ain't even available on other platforms. You still got to pay for it.
I watched it. Yeah, we watched that somewhere. We didn't even watch it on HBO Max. We had to.
But I think we still pay for that though, Portia. Wasn't it like
that's what I'm saying.
$5?
It's not on Max yet. You got to like rent it on Amazon Prime.
I think we did pay for it. I fell asleep on it. That jump was boring. That jump was after that first one. It just started going downhill, and it was kind of like, what are y'all doing?
I enjoyed the second one. Wasn't that Scorpion's Revenge or something?
I thought Scorpion's Revenge was the first one.
Yeah, the second one was I can't even get it out.
I can't remember what that second one was, but Scorpion's Revenge was the first one, and they went in.
Okay,
that's when Miss Girl had that moose knuckle.
But Dark Sage had another question for us. He said, "What's some guest characters y'all wishing for?" I'm hoping for some more horror movie characters.
Honestly, Omni-Man was the only person that came to mind that I felt like would fit the universe, and they already got him.
I feel like I like the direction they're going with these guest characters, especially like the superhero vibe, they need to keep that ball rolling with the superhero. You know,
I'm
they got
curious.
Omni-Man, Peacemaker, they got Homelander. Give me some
Yeah.
more superpowered people. Like, do a contract with Marvel and pull out, Iron Man. Just throw a ball, a loop in the
That's
circle.
true.
The
Do
only
something
that I
cool.
feel like that's a
Marvel
stretch.
might not go for Disney. Ain't going for that.
That's what I'm saying
Yeah,
because
I'm just
going
saying,
back
yeah.
to what I heard about Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe is that you couldn't do fatalities on the DC characters. So if they ever bring in some Marvel characters, Marvel gonna be like, yeah, we'll put Iron Man in the game, but Sindel not gonna flip him over and rip his legs off.
Can you imagine Liu Kang taking Iron Man to a black hole?
That's gonna be so crazy and funny.
What I would
That
like,
is gonna be wild.
what I'm curious about, just because of the knowledge that we know that MK1 was originally supposed to be Injustice 3, I wonder during that time before they switched over, were there any new characters that they were about to bring in into the Injustice universe that could be DLCs going forward?
I'm still upset that they don't seem like they're ever going to do a Injustice versus Mortal Kombat.
Ooh,
I've
they
been-
would
I've-
eat down.
I've been
blue.
wanting like a DC versus Mortal Kombat remake for the longest.
That would
longest.
eat. Ooh, that would eat so bad. But like Portia said, with the old one, they ain't let nobody do fatalities on them DC characters. I'm not gonna play with y'all this time. I want to rip Superman head off, and that's just period. Stop playing
Like
with
put him in the ground.
me. Right.
Honestly, truly, the way Warner Brothers is set up right now, they might want to go for it. You know how
They
many
gonna risk it.
you know how many copies of that DLC people gonna purchase if they can do a fatality on Superman? Do it.
They might do it.
Do it.
That'd be ugly.
Do it.
Now I will ask the question, and this is a reach, but do we, since everything that's going on in the past, superhero movies and all, it's been multiverse. Do we think Mortal Kombat is gonna go down the multiverse route in future games?
I would hope not.
I just really hope they don't, because that'll get real.
That's gonna get messy.
I mean,
I feel like
they
if they
can
do
do
it,
it.
They kinda there now. If we being when it comes to time time travel is like one step below multiverse or alternate time, that's one step away from multiverse. Essentially, Mortal Kombat has 3 storylines. You can look at that as 3 universes. Yes, the first 2 are like destroyed, quote unquote, but they only one step away from that.
I feel that with this being the 3rd timeline, I don't want to get to MK2 and it's 2 Liu Kangs. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, are they really doing like the universe thing? No, even though it's like timelines, because the first, like, they're all. When I think of universe, I think of 3 unrelated timelines, but all the 3 timelines from MK are related. Like the first one, second one came because of the shit that happened after the first one. This one's coming because of the shit that happened at the end of the second one. Now, maybe if they was all 3 like completely unrelated, like maybe but these timelines are kind of related, so maybe
it really just how you see like multiverse versus timelines. If we're looking at multiverse like different dimensions or like different universes, then I wouldn't consider Mortal Kombat like a multiverse thing. I would see it more as like if you like you have the 3 different lines, and this line stopped right here, and then this line started right here, and it stopped right here, and then this line went like this.
Yeah, it's more of a straight line for them. It's not them 3 stories going on at one time. You got, like Calvin said, them 3 Liu Kangs running around.
Fire Guy Liu Kang.
Yeah, I don't want them to do that though. That's just. I
don't want them to do them.
Multiverse theory, trying to get more sales. Don't do that. What we need 2 Liu Kangs for?
If they do, the person who would kick it off is Chronica. Just because Chronica approached Shang Tsung and gave him this whole speech of like, I've known you through many lifetimes, etc., etc. She is the piece that could kick something off like that.
And if they did a multiverse, it wouldn't have to be like necessarily, oh, we got 2 Liu Kangs. It could be, oh, in this verse, blah blah blah's dead, so we're gonna bring him back. And this verse, Noob don't exist, but we're gonna get Noob from that universe, and he's gonna come back and be like, oh. You know what I'm saying? They could do something like that if they wanted to.
They
And I
could.
could see them.
But
taking
everybody else doing stuff like that though.
If they do it, I'm thinking like maybe MK4, MK5.
MK6, MK7, 8, 9. Push that on back. It's some other stuff I want them to get to before they start doing. I feel like that should be a last resort. Like once they just completely run out of ideas in that boardroom, multiverse theory, then we'll let the ball
I feel
roll.
like we ran out of Oh, Ralph left. He said his Google Chrome just crashed, so hopefully he'll hop back in.
I hate that for him.
He got that type of Wi-Fi.
It happens sometimes.
It do. I'm
That Google Chrome be cutting up at the most inopportune time. Google Chrome gonna cut up. But nah, I see what Ryan's saying. If they for some reason they just can't fit all of the the characters in this new era storyline, I agree with Ryan. I could see them pulling out a multiverse thing, and Jay's not in this timeline because she's in a different universe because of this, that, and the third. Science in this different universe for this, that, and the third. I could see them doing that, but I honestly feel like that's a cop out.
And with so much shit that MK got going on, that's gonna be confusing. This timeline we in already a mess as it is, and you introduce another dimension. More than likely, that dimension gonna be a motherfucking mess. So you want to then you just introduce all these dimensions. Everybody a mess in each dimension. It's confusing. You don't know what Katana from what dimension that killed her mama. We got Melina from this dimension, staking up for Melina from this. It's just gonna. I feel like it'll get crazy real quick.
I think if they craft it appropriately, I think they could pull it off. Do I want to see them pull it off this early? No.
Mortal Kombat Ultimate.
Maybe in the animated series, I feel like they should dabble into that. I would watch it, but play that, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I think we need to spend a lot of time in this new era, just like Ryan and King G were complaining about earlier. There's still a lot of characters that we have not seen yet, and for them to jump from Mortal Kombat 1 into a multiverse thing, I kind of feel like that's lazy.
Yeah.
I think we need to spend a lot of time in this new era, see where these things are gonna go,
right?
And like spend some time in this new timeline. And then if you guys want to kick it up a notch, shake the table, then let's put some multiverse stuff in there.
I agree. You hear that, Ed Boone? If you're watching this, go on and erase that off y'all whiteboard. We're not ready for that shit.
I think Food working for him. Remember how she made that prediction of how the storyline gonna move forward? We're gonna be making another "We Told You So" episode.
Hey man, listen.
If you're right,
acting like she done.
The two things that I am banking on that I am right about is my theory about Mario Kart and my theory about this Mortal Kombat storyline. I'm banking on the both of these.
And I'm gonna wonder why we sending out Kofi links when you getting paid from these big corporate companies.
Not Kofi.
I'm not getting paid. Nobody.
Where's our Blurred Mob studio? You getting this big dollar marketing?
Hey man, listen. They just see the TikTok and write down the idea. I don't hear nothing.
Write that down.
Right there. Save that TikTok.
But I do agree with what Say said in the comment. Multiverse characters would give us a lot more variations. That's one of the things I would sound like. We will get more
variations. Yeah,
I can see that. If they tied the variations to it, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they do a multiverse thing and pull my girl Sonya out, I'm gonna shut up and play with Sonya. Like,
if they bring Jade back, I'm gonna be quiet.
But they brought my girl Tanya back this time though, so I'm excited to get on that pole and swing around that pole if she still got it.
Yeah, she does have it though. It was in the gameplay.
Okay.
It was like a I won't call it spiritual, but it wasn't like a physical pole. It was like just something pulled out of thin air.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. When I saw it, I was like, do I want to try out Tanya if she feels similar to Jade? But I was like, nah, that's supporting the bet. That's supporting the wrong mission. They need to bring Jade back.
You got anti-black.
Jade had some color to her. What was Jade?
I didn't say anti-color. I said anti-black. Jade did
what?
I feel like all the Adenians are colored people, even Rain, Jade, all of them. But I said anti-black, not anti-color, not anti-BIPOC.
Not BIPOC. I honestly want to play with everybody. I think for the first time, for a Mortal Kombat game, I want to play with everybody. Like I know we're gonna play with majority of the roster through the story mode, but like I legit like I'm looking forward to playing with everybody in this game.
Same.
Look at the comment. Y'all should have the Dark Sage in your podcast. You mean again? That's what you're saying.
For the third time. You gotta keep up, Brandon.
Yeah, look. Go back and watch some old videos. What you doing?
But all right, y'all, we're touching 8:30. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. First, I want to thank everybody for showing up to the Mortal Kombat conversation. This is the first time. No, I'm saying it like I'm really happy that everybody showed up. Like this is the first time we've gotten the whole group on live.
I just feel like that was shade. I apologize, America, for not being on the last live stream.
That was not shade.
I was waiting to see me, but I couldn't make it last time.
That wasn't shade. It was just saying that, this was our first big event as a group. And I really appreciate everybody being here and that we were able to do this. It wasn't shade.
I feel you.
Thanks for everybody who hopped in, gave their input, asked some questions. It's greatly appreciated. Now I'm gonna toss it off to Ralph to lead us out.
All right. Make sure you guys check out our socials at our links. You can find us at Instagram, Threads, Twitch at the Blurred Mob Pod. Make sure you guys follow us on X, the Blurred Mob. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook and TikTok at the Blurred Mob Podcast. And make sure you guys also go check out our affiliation links. Go check out Right Stuff Anime, get you some manga, Funko Pops, movies, etc. Make sure you go check out Entertainment Earth. Sometimes they have some exclusive Funko Pops, like Ryan is holding up right now. So make sure you go check out those links. And also, if you would like to donate to us, you can go check out our Ko-fi link. It goes to our equipment, software, everything that pretty much brings content to you guys. We got to be able to keep that going. So if you would like, please donate. Anything is appreciated and wanted. So with that being said, do we have anything else?
We got a couple more comments. Darkseid said your presence was Miss King G. Brandon said I was entertained. Great podcast. And Darkseid said very great pod. Appreciate you guys. Just upcoming events coming up, giving you guys a sneak peek. We're gonna be releasing episode 37 of the podcast next weekend, Wednesday. Audio on Wednesday, video on Friday. And make sure you guys stop through again next Tuesday. We're bringing back Versus Tuesdays. We're check out our Instagram, Twitter for the topic. Is going to be Omni-Man versus Superman versus All Might versus Homelander. Choose one to protect you while the rest will try to kill you. So I think it's going to be a pretty good one. All 5 of us should be in the building. So if you enjoyed this conversation, you'll definitely enjoy Versus Tuesday. And with that being said, this is the mob checking out. Peace.
Hands up if you love him where you at, stand